them, and be ye separate.
Read it again.
Wherefore, come out from among them, and be ye separate.
It said we got to come out from among them. This talking to the Israelites. You Israelites, come out from among them. Who the them, Kevin?
Outside.
Who the outsiders they talking about? If you the Israelites, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the people that they find identified right here as the Israelites, then who is the them that you got to come out from among?
Right.
So, all right, what did we see here earlier? We saw here a brother with the white girl, with the baby in their hand, and guess what? He ran off and walked off from his history because that white girl, because he wanted to protect her feelings. The Lord said we got to come out from among them and be ye separate. Read it again.
And touch not the unclean thing.
The unclean thing was the puppy that he had. The puppy was the white girl. The puppy was the white girl. The dog.
That more than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season. Moses understood that life is temporary. Life is temporary. Why enjoy it in sin when you're going to get cast into the lake of fire? Why enjoy it in sin when you're going to get cast into the lake of fire?
If you despise the word that we bringing out to you and you're not even attempting, what are you going to do? Shall be destroyed. So he's going to destroy you, sis.
What?
That's for them pants.
What?
So he's going to destroy you, sis.
What?
That's for them pants.
What?
So he's going to destroy you, sis.
What?
That's for them pants.
What?
He gonna judge you off what you did while you was living. Right. And that's what our people can't understand. They thinking they just living for now. You ain't just living for now. You living for eternal.
Right.
And either you gonna live eternally in the lake of fire, which is hell, or you gonna live eternal with the Most High God and Jesus Christ and rule the planet Earth.
And either you gonna live eternally in the lake of fire, which is hell,
or you gonna live eternal with the Most High God and Jesus Christ and rule the planet Earth like we supposed to be.
and either you gonna live eternally in the lake of fire, which is hell, and either you gonna live eternally in the lake of fire, which is hell, and either you gonna live eternally in the lake of fire, which is hell.
I want to give all the praises and the honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Recha Ha Kodash, and double honors to the elder apostles and even the elder bishops of Great Millstone. Honors as well to you other brethren, you fellow believers of this faith. And shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom to you few sisters as well. Let me say that. Shalom to the elect. So anyway, okay, before I get started in this video, I've been getting a lot of, I'm not going to say threats, but cursed out, so to speak, in the way of the world. You ain't SHIT, you ain't this, you hating on IUIC and various other things they say. The women are even coming on there saying crazy things too. So this doesn't do nothing but drive me to continue to expose these false prophets, man. That's all it is. They are another sect of Christianity who have adopted the laws, statutes, and commandments, right? They've kept the name Jesus. They kept the hell doctrine, right? They've adopted some of the One West doctrine, old school, about the white woman and the white man, white woman, right? They adopted the doctrine of the new covenant. So they also believe we're the new covenant. So this group is not far from the Christian church, period. They just made a switch and a change. But for the most part, they've adopted the one wife. I don't believe they taught that before they became IUIC. So you see where it goes. This is what happens when you become a 501c3 puppet. Then they say, we don't hate the white man. This is what they say. We're not affiliated. We don't hate white. But then you say all this and calling them dogs and stuff like that. Come on, man. You guys are a bunch of hypocrites. So you keep it up, right? Keep it up. Well, we're going to keep exposing you, man. And really, it's not about just exposing you. We really want to wake up the sincere people that might be in that group, the elect that may be still among them. Okay? I did a video on Sakari, and he's One of his followers are all messed up about, no, you shouldn't be paying to purchase, having people purchase Hebrew names. The reason why I mention them, because they kind of roll together, but you're paying to give the Lord's name and the Hebrew and the marriage counseling. This is crazy, man. What are they doing with the truth? But they've united, but one believe in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua in the name, and this other one doesn't. IUIC doesn't believe in calling on the name of the Lord. All these keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments that this group talks about, they will not keep the first commandment. And that's to love the Lord with all your heart, your might, soul, and strength. You are not doing that calling on a Greek God, man. Calling on a white Jesus that we were all destroyed by under that name. You're going to change the name to the picture, the image to a black Jesus, but you're going to keep him with the white name, man. Yeah, no wonder they say they don't hate the white man, because they've merged and in league with them, man. Anyway, St. John 6:63 said, "Is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing." Right? So we can't just look at somebody white and then go on and say that they're Edom, come up from out of these people in these other nations. What does Jeremiah 5:28 say? They have surpassed the deeds of the wicked. A lot of these philosophies that was set up by Edom have now trickled down into the so-called black community, who they paid and set up these puppets and these priests on the left-hand side, and our people are following them. So it's just not Edom, it's our people too that have merged sin with sin. Anyway, Matthew 19:28. And Yahushua answered unto them, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye shall also sit upon the 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. So this is what they're going into. Once you judge the 12 tribes, they're going to be raised up, right? Because everybody's going to get their judgment, no matter what they did. Good or bad is the judgment seat, right? But they believe you're going to get raised up and you're going to be cast into the lake of fire that burneth forever. Now, Nate tried to switch it out and say, no, we don't believe in no underground hell. He smoothed that out, but he believes in that fire that's coming here, which we do too, but he believes that your soul is going to burn there for eternity. So now this isn't making sense either, right? The Lord, they're out there preaching that the Lord has chosen a special people to himself above all nations, Deuteronomy 7:6. But he chose this whole special people just to change his mind if they don't do right, to throw them in the lake of fire. Now, Jeremiah 10:23 says, O Lord, I know that man is not in himself, way in himself to direct his steps. Proverbs 20:24, man's goings of the Lord. So these people are out here trying to wake people up out of the hands of the Most High. Because the Most High do not want the Christian church. He don't want every Negro on the planet to wake up. He created, what Proverbs 16 say, I'm just quoting some scriptures, I think 4, he created all things for himself, including the wicked for the day of evil. So according to these guys' doctrine, when you read this, the wicked, I guess, isn't our people, but I guess they would be. So he created them just to throw them in the lake of fire forever. Does this make any sense? No, it doesn't make any sense. Let's go to let's go to Daniel 12:4. 12:2. And many of them shall sleep in the dust of the earth, and shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to everlasting shame and everlasting contempt. And this is where they go and say, the ones that slept in the earth who did wrong, they're going to wake up, and then what's going to happen? They're going to get everlasting contempt. That everlasting goes to a period of time, right? That's what that goes into. Nobody's going to burn in hell for an everlasting fire. So this group shouldn't have purple and gold. They should have red and white. That's what they should have. They should have on Roman Catholic colors, man. You know? That word hell, when you look it up in the blue letter, it goes to Gehenna, it goes to Hades, the underworld. When everybody dies, their body goes to the underworld. It's another world, right? That's what happens to everybody, and their spirit goes to the Heavenly Father. It's amazing how they keep what they want to keep, and these followers, they get so mad at us, and they call us all these names, but they won't go back. And I'll answer them. I say, well, you know what? Since we talking SHIT on the IUIC and FU and this and that, well, why don't you get on them about saying we were 6-year-old girls? Yeah, you're not going to do that. You're not going to do that. No, you're not. Seems like you can dish it out, but can't take it. So when you go into this word everlasting, it can mean quite a few things. It says a long duration, futurity, forever, everlasting, evermore, perpetual, old, ancient world. Ancient time, long past. Of future, that's another one. Or it can mean forever or always, continuous existence, perpetual, everlasting, indefinite, or unending future, eternity. So we can see that it goes, we go to the strong definition, it says properly concealed, vanishing point. It has a vanishing point, generally time out of mind, past or future. Frequently, always, ancient, continuous, eternal. It's definitions that go with these things, you know. Anyway, let's drop that. Now we go to Romans 11:26. It says, and so all Israel shall be saved as it is written, right? All Israel shall be saved as it is written. And out of Zion, let me see how here, there shall come out of Zion deliverer, the deliverer, and shall turn away ungodliness from Jacob, right? How is that going to start, right? There's a thing called reincarnation, and they believe in reincarnation, if I'm not mistaken. They believe in reincarnation. Look, this is the Lord's show. For the Lord to have to take somebody and burn them in hell means he really didn't have control of the situation. If you really think about it. Meaning that they disappointed me, so you know what? I'm going to throw them in hell. That's why I tell brothers, when we always talking about our people this and our people that, you know, they ain't going to get it, you know, they're going to get destroyed. And we keep saying these things over and over. Our people, you know, they better wake up and this and that. No. It's only the elect. It's only the elect. Forget about that. It's only the elect. So we warn the elect, go to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. It didn't say all the sheep. The lost ones. The ones that would inherit the glory from the jump. Now these guys believe we're in a new covenant. The only way you can believe we're in a new covenant, you would have to believe in the hell doctrine. These things go hand in hand. Because they're saying this is the new covenant. So this has already happened after Yahushua died on the cross or the crooks. And then now the new covenant was activated. Let's say it was activated. It hasn't begun. That's for sure. He said, I won't drink the fruit of the vine until I drink it new with you in my Father's kingdom. Right? Hebrews 8. Let's go to Hebrews 8 and verse 8. We read this all the time. For finding fault with them, he said, behold, the days come where the Lord, saith the Lord, where I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. Wait a minute. Is this talking about the elect, starting with the elect, but this is the whole house? You have a people in a house that make it a house. If there's no people in that house, it has then become a building. It's an empty vessel. So this is the whole house of Israel. The Lord said he will make a new covenant. For finding fault with them, saith the Lord, behold, the days come, saith, I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel. Right? House, different definitions. God's tabernacle, the human body, of the human body tents, the place has been fixed residence, the family of God, of the Christian church, the church of Old and New Testament, a stock, family, descendants of one. Right? There we go. The whole house of Israel. So the way these guys are thinking, this is why it's easy to trap up people from the Christian, out of the Christian church. This is what other street apologists or apologists are having trouble with this IUIC group. Because they really, to be honest, they've snuck into the Christian church and adopted a lot of the Christian church ways. That's what they've done. It ain't like the Christian church adopted them. They've snuck into the Christian church and try to convince the Christian church because everybody sees it's not working in there. Right? So let's go back to Hebrews 8. It says, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them to lead them out of the land of Egypt, because they continue not in my covenant, and regarded them not, saith the Lord. For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord. I will put my laws into their mind. Who is this talking about? And write them in their hearts, and I will be to them a God, and they will be to me a people. This is starting with the elect, but the whole house of Israel. Right? And they shall not teach every man his neighbor. We see this is not happening. We wouldn't have to be out there in the hedges. We wouldn't have to be out there teaching. And this is what these guys do. These purple brothers. The first thing they do is all you got to teach. All you got to do is the law, statutes, and commandments. Law, statutes, and commandments. Well, what do you think the goddamn Pharisees was doing? Right? What do you think they were doing? They was doing it. Some of them, the Pharisees, not all, but some of them was doing it insincerely. This is why Yahushua came on the scene. This is why the Messiah came. It understands why they don't like the name Yahushua, right? This is why Yahushua came on the scene, right? To bring us back through faith. Yeah, well, you heard Paul say it. We should not be justified under the law, but through faith. But shall we sin because we have faith? No. We still establish the law. So yes, we still teach to follow the laws and commandments, but that will not save you. There's no way that's going to save you. If that was the case, the Lord didn't need to send his son. He would have just had put his laws in us, and we would have did what we did in the first place. The whole point of sending his son to understand what it's like to be close to him through faith and belief. Yeah, a lot of people will be putting on fringes. Remember the Pharisees brought in their phylacteries. I asked one of those IUIC followers, what happened to your phylacteries, your tefillin? What happened to all those things that you're supposed to wear? What happened to the long garments? You'll wear them on and off, but it's mostly them damn shirt fringes and those Captain Kirk boots. Right? Why y'all ain't following the law all the way through, if you can? If y'all following the law, the Sabbath come, you got to kill a lamb, you got to strike the doorpost. I guarantee you guys ain't doing that. Then again, they probably have them doing something like similar. I don't know. Yeah, right. And when somebody goes off, there should be swift punishment and judgment. They're not going to do that either. There's a whole lot of laws in there that they're not doing. Guarantee it. I was going to do a video on that, but I said, no, this is a spiritual thing. You're going to see it or you're not. Let's go to Revelation 2 and 10. Let's see if the law is going to save you in this day. Let's see. As Nate say, listen good. And they may even question him about it. I don't know. I don't think they listened to it long enough to get anything out of it. They just scoff. It says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, and ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Right? So you're going to be cast into prison. I guess you're going to have your fringes on. Maybe they're going to have jumpsuits with fringes. Right? Yeah, you'll be able to follow. I guess you'll be able to follow the Sabbath day. But if they put your ass to work in there, I don't know. Well, maybe you just say, hey, I'm not doing the work. I'm going to just sit in the jail cell. Okay. I understand if it's the Day of Atonement, okay, you just don't eat or drink. That's fine too. But you won't be wearing those fringes. I guarantee you that. You don't have to eat the pork. That's true too. Right? What if it's the Passover in that day when you up in there? I guess they're going to let you hook up some lamb too, right? Yeah, we'll see about all that. But this is what it says. It says, be thou faithful unto death. It doesn't say keep the law unto death. It says be faithful unto death. Again, we're not disagreeing with keeping the law to the best of your ability. The difference with the church, they don't believe you got to keep the law at all. IUIC believes that's all you got to do is keep the laws. Well, we teach you got to keep the laws to the best you can and suffer through faith. Time of Jacob's trouble, there's plenty of scriptures, Revelation 13, the mark, they don't believe in that. So they believe all you got to do is follow the laws and don't worry about it. When that mark comes out and it's time for you to line up and you can't buy, sell, or trade, he's going to say, okay, that's still part of the system, so we got to eat, be users of the word, not abusers of the world. He'll say things like that, and he's going to send a lot of you straight to hell. Not your hell, but to hell. Okay? Anyway, that's all I have on that. Shalom.